The courtroom was gripped in a heavy, almost suffocating silence as 5-year-old Lily Thompson stepped timidly through the grand double doors, the brass handles too tall for her to reach. Her tiny hand gripped a red leash tightly, the other clutching the fabric of her dress. At the end of the leash trotted Rex, a battle-worn German shepherd with a thick, jagged scar trailing along his right side like a lightning bolt of pain. His eyes were sharp, yet his presence gentle. The hush of the room grew deeper with every step Lily took, the tapping of her shoes on the tile floor sounding like hammer strikes in the vast chamber. Everyone watched, jury members, spectators, attorneys, as the little girl and her dog made their way toward the witness stand. Her movements were hesitant, but her back was straight. Judge Benjamin Adler, a man whose 32 years on the bench had taught him to see through performances and masks, leaned forward ever so slightly. He was used to pressure, but he could feel something different this time. This wasn't just another case. This was the one that would haunt him if it went wrong. And Lily, the child before him, held the weight of justice in her fragile silence. Lily was the sole witness to an attempted kidnapping. No other child had survived the luring tactic. If her account could be trusted, the man responsible, Gregory Vale, a 45-year-old software engineer with a clean record and an impassive expression, would finally be stopped. But there was one devastating problem. Lily hadn't spoken a single word since the incident. Across the room, Gregory sat still as a stone at the defense table, his posture calm. His lawyer, Daniel Reese, had crafted an airtight defense. No fingerprints, no confession, no DNA. And most importantly, a traumatized child whose testimony could easily be discredited. They were counting on that. Then something changed. As Lily climbed into the oversized witness chair, she looked at Gregory. Her hand, the one on the leash, trembled, not with fear, but intent. She made a tiny, almost imperceptible movement with her fingers. To an outsider, it meant nothing. But it was a signal, one she'd been taught in therapy over the past 6 weeks. A private gesture. And only 2 beings in that room understood it, Rex and Judge Adler. Rex's body went instantly stiff. His ears pricked forward, and a low, visceral growl rolled from deep in his chest. Not a whine. Not fear. A warning. Recognition. The atmosphere snapped. The gallery gasped. Even the jury shifted. Judge Adler slammed the gavel so hard the echo bounced off the walls. "This court will recess for 15 minutes, he announced, his tone sharp, his brow furrowed. His eyes stayed locked on Lily and Rex. Something monumental had just happened. In the hallway, Lily crouched beside Rex, burying her face into his fur. Her mother, Natalie Thompson, knelt beside her, brushing curly hair from her daughter's face with shaking hands. "Sweetheart," she whispered, "are you all right?" Lily said nothing. She didn't need to. Her grip on Rex was like an anchor in stormy waters. Watching from a few steps away was Special Agent Cole Harden, the FBI's lead on child abduction cases. With salt and pepper hair and a lifetime of hard cases behind him, his gut had long been his most reliable tool. And right now, it was screaming. He approached Judge Adler. "That dog recognized him," Cole said under his breath. "I've seen canines react to their handlers in war zones with less intensity. That dog knows something." Adler nodded slowly. "Then we need to find out what." Inside the defense's private room, Gregory Vale was no longer calm. His smile faded, replaced by cold calculation. He stared at the wall, then turned to Reese. "She knows," he muttered. "What?" Reese asked. Gregory shook his head, forcing a smile. Nothing. But inside, panic had begun to bloom. He hadn't accounted for the dog. Before the silence, Lily Thompson had once been full of life. A bubbly child with bright green eyes and endless stories about frogs, clouds, and dream castles. Her parents, Natalie and Adam, often laughed that she never ran out of breath. She adored fairy tales, her father's shadow puppets, and her mother's weekend pancakes shaped like stars. She was 5. She should have had a life free of fear. Then, everything changed. It was a crisp April afternoon. Natalie was on the phone with her sister, stepping inside the house for a moment while Lily danced in the yard in her purple sundress. For minutes later, she returned to find the back gate swinging open. She froze. On the sidewalk stood a man in khakis and a navy polo shirt, crouched beside Lily. A black van idled by the curb. "I've got puppies in the back," he was saying. "Special ones. They're scared. Want to come see?" Natalie's blood turned to ice. "Lily!" she screamed. The man turned. His face morphed in an instant, from a smile to something feral. He grabbed Lily's wrist. Across the street, 72-year-old Barbara Sinclair, walking her dachshund, saw it all unfold. She shouted, The man's grip loosened. That was all Lily needed. She broke free and ran into her mother's arms. The van screeched away. Lily never made a sound. After the attack, the days blurred. Lily stopped speaking, eating, sleeping. Nightmares came like hurricanes. She drew only shadows with red crayon streaks and refused to look out windows. The once joyful child now flinched at doorbells. After 2 weeks, a therapist suggested a therapy dog. Not a pet, something stronger. Enter Rex. Once a hero on the force, Rex had been wounded during a hostage rescue. His leg never fully recovered, and he was slated for euthanasia before Dr. Hannah Lee, a trauma rehabilitation specialist, took him in. She believed some dogs had purpose far beyond duty. Lily didn't speak the first day she met Rex. But she didn't run either. She reached out. Just a little. Rex didn't move. Then Lily touched him, her fingers brushing his scar. And something shifted. She didn't talk. But she started drawing again, her and Rex facing a black shadow together. One day, watching Rex sit perfectly after a trick, Lily whispered, "Good boy." Natalie burst into tears. Rex had become her bridge back to the world. The trial begins. The case had gained national attention. Gregory Vale's profile didn't fit. Educated, quiet, helpful to neighbors. But the pattern was clear for children in 2 years. All gone. All lured. Only Lily escaped. Only Lily could testify. Inside the courtroom, defense attorney Daniel Reese stood to challenge Rex's presence. "This dog prejudices the jury," he argued. "It's emotional manipulation." Prosecutor Angela Pierce responded coolly, "This isn't a show, Your Honor. Lily has selective mutism. Rex is her lifeline." Judge Adler didn't hesitate. "The dog stays." The trial opened with Barbara Sinclair's testimony. "I saw him grab her," she said, voice trembling. "He looked like he'd done it before." Gregory sat expressionless. Then came Lily's turn. She walked slowly to the stand. Natalie helped her up, then stepped back. Angela knelt beside her. "Lily, you don't have to speak. You can point. Nod. Shake your head. Rex is here, okay." Lily nodded. "Do you see the man who tried to take you?" Lily raised her hand. Slowly. Her tiny finger pointed at Gregory Vale. "Objection," Reese shouted. "The child has seen photographs." "Overruled," Adler said. Angela took a breath. "Did he say anything to you?" "No words. Just that same small hand signal." Rex reacted instantly. The courtroom froze. Low growl. Hackles up. Staring directly at Gregory Vale. The same response as the day in therapy. The day in the hallway. Judge Adler stood slowly. "Miss Pierce, has this dog ever interacted with the defendant before?" Angela looked stunned. "Not to our knowledge." Adler turned to Gregory. "Mr. Vale." Gregory remained silent. His fingers twitched. Then Angela's co-counsel whispered frantically in her ear. A moment later, a clerk ran out of the courtroom. "What is going on?" Reese demanded. Angela straightened. "We request a recess. Potential new evidence has emerged." Adler's eyes narrowed. 15 minutes. The cabin. The new soil evidence matched Gregory's van tires to a remote cabin deep in the woods. A search team, led by Cole Harden and supported by Rex, departed immediately. At the cabin, Rex tensed. He growled. "Scratch the earth." There was something here. The floorboards creaked as they entered. Food cans. An old cot. Empty. Then Cole saw it. A hidden seam in the floor. Beneath, a staircase. In the basement, they found what had once been unimaginable. Toys, shoes, a small faded pink jacket. And in the corner, chained, pale, and barely alive. Madeline Grayson. 8 years old. Missing 6 months. When she saw the officers, she cried, "Help me." Rex whined. Cole scooped her up. "You're safe now." The rescue sent shockwaves through the nation. Back in court, Judge Adler allowed the discovery as evidence. Angela rose. "Mr. Vale, your DNA is on the chains. Tire tracks match. And the child, Madeline Grayson, is alive." Gregory paled. Then, for the third and final time, Rex moved. He stepped forward slowly, growling low and sharp. Gregory flinched. "It was done. I want to change my plea," Gregory whispered. Gasps. "Mr. Vale?" Judge Adler asked. "Yes," he whispered. "Guilty." After the verdict, Gregory Vale was sentenced to life without parole. His name became a symbol of predation. But the true legacy of the case belonged to a little girl and a dog with a scar. The day after the verdict, Lily sat beside Rex, cupping his face in her hands. "Thank you," she whispered. Her first full sentence in weeks. Natalie wept. Rex thumped his tail gently. Some heroes don't wear badges. Some walk on 4 legs. But they remember. They protect. And when the world goes dark, they bring the light back.